I hear there's some noise from somewhere. Let me try and mute some people. I'm not sure from what end. Oh, great. Okay. Welcome to this demo. It's a fourth demo. I'll first start the tickets we were working on. Let me start by sharing my screen.
Was the noise coming from my side? In others, did it go off when I muted myself?
Yes, it's coming from your end.
Sorry about that. Okay, let me mute myself again.
Okay. All right, let me head on. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, I will first go through the tickets we are working on this sprint. This sprint basically was to correct bugs we had noticed on our previous sprint, and we had several tickets to work on. I'm going to go through each one of them as I demo the changes that we've made. So I'm going to go to the ref app and demo the new changes. I'm going to search for someone by the name Rodriguez or someone, and I click there. So one of the tickets we worked on was change. Okay, let me start with the top ones. Modify the display of error messages on the identifier component. So when you come to the identifier, so there's a ticket Eunice worked on that was about changing the display of how the identifiers look. It's one of the tickets down here. Oh yes, it's ticket 42. Sorry for that. As you can see from this end, you can see now the identifiers are a small card that when you click it, it expands to a bigger card. So we were able to change the errors from being inline, from being toast errors to inline errors, and I'm going to demo that with this. I can edit the identifier, and if I put something and then try to save, it should notify me that there was an error. Because the OpenMRS ID does not pick this format of IDs. So I'm going to try and edit again and use the old identifier and something else and save. You can see that was edited. Yeah, we also maintained the pop-ups, as you can see, and you can add several identifiers, but they have to be the old identification. We did raise the issue of that you could not add the OpenMRS ID because you do not know how to add one. They're supposed to be auto-generated. So that's why I'm using the old identifiers for to demo this. So that is one of the tickets we worked on. One of the other tickets we did work on was to modify the display of errors on the names components. When you come to the names components, if I do edit and I totally delete everything, it displays an error because you cannot have a name that does not have any kind of letter. So that happens also for the family name. You can see that they are highlighted and it shows you that error. But I can try and give them a different name. I just type something and type something for their middle name as well as the family name. I click save and it's updated. Okay, we also worked on the outlook of addresses. Before they were displaying in a very long card, we condensed them into a small card that has a lot of information. But once you click edit, it does expand and displays more information. You can edit the addresses and add more letters or however you want to. This functionality was existing as it was before, and you can update it. You can add a new address. And you can try adding that one very fast here.
Is this displaying as per the address template?
Yes. Yes,
is this displaying as per the address template?
Yes, it is.
Line by line count and etc.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, you can see it added a new card and displays below the first card. We've also managed to work on the visit and encounters display. Before we had a button displaying encounters without visits, and we managed to change that into a tabular kind of display, which you can navigate between the two. You can see, you can click either and navigate in between the two. We also have worked on visits. By this is that when you do change, the stop date should not be lesser than the start date. So if, for example, I change the start date to be 3rd of August, then I change the stop date to be lesser than the other one, it should raise an error. Well, it did not do that. There's a bug probably there, but you can move on to encounters. We also managed to work on separating the functionality of editing and moving an encounter. Now you can actually edit an encounter here from here. As you can see, you have to provide add a provider before you can edit either. So I'll add one right now and save changes. So I can now move an encounter, or I'll first try and edit an encounter. I can change the date and update, confirm. So this one was another functionality we did implement, whereby it was a requirement that the encounter date has to fit in between the start and the stop dates of the visit. So you cannot change the encounter to not fit into that visit. That's why this error is being raised. So I could also yeah, that is one of the functionalities we worked on. There's also the functionality of the dialog boxes, making sure they're harmonized. If I do click like delete, you can notice there is harmony. There was no harmony before between the two dialog boxes. I'll go back to the encounters and try and move an encounter. So moving, I can here come and change the name of that person. Maybe give it to Nancy Carter. Then I confirm the move. So yeah, the encounter is moved to Nancy Carter, as you can see, and we have now observations under that. Encounter moved also. You can also edit this encounter from this side. You can change like the location to the registration desk and update it. Yeah, that works too. That is part of the things we're able to do. I'll go back to our tickets and see what I've not demoed yet. Oh yes, yeah, those are the major kind of bugs we were able to correct in our sprint. I'll go for and ask for any questions.
Does that mean you did no new features at all?
No, we have not implemented any new features this sprint. We just corrected bugs.
And how many bugs did you fix?
About 10 or more bugs.
Oh, so there are quite many bugs in the system.
Yeah, there are also bugs we didn't manage to finish. There are bugs about the deleted encounters and visits that were not displaying. Majorly we attempted, but we could not figure it out on the Java end. And we are hoping we can do this before the end of the next sprint. There are the tickets that are remaining.
Around how many known bugs do you have left?
We have around 6 bugs remaining.
That's assuming we discover no new ones.
Yes.
As we go along.
Yes.
As we were doing a demo, I saw the breadcrumb not looking like the normal reference app breadcrumb. Did you notice that too?
The one up here.
Yeah. Just look at back home. See back and home.
Okay.
If you went to the rest of the ref app, you'll see that the stuff looks different from what you have there. I don't know if you noticed that.
I hadn't noticed that, but I've noted it down.
Do you know how they look like in the rest of the reference app?
No, but I can reference. I saw the IDGen people have implemented that. I can reference that their app to check on that.
Okay. Also, the fonts for admin and logout. Can you just click on admin? Just want to see. Yeah, that looks different from the ref app.
Okay.
Did you notice that too?
No, I hadn't noticed.
Even the font size itself, I think the other one is a bit bigger than that.
Okay.
So in other words, when the user comes to this app, they should see consistency. Same font size. If I click admin, the drop-down that comes up should look like the rest of the reference app. That way we enforce uniformity across the different apps, because if each app does its own thing, then it's kind of confusing to the end user.
Okay.
Yeah, so you said you did 10 bags. Looks like you took us through just a couple, not like 10.
There are bugs that could not be demoed on this.
Like,
Yeah, for example, the implementation of the module not found, I couldn't demo that. But the only ticket I've omitted is on to show less, and I can demo that. I'm seeing that now. We'll go back to someone else's. I was on visit and encounters. Okay, that one doesn't have many encounters. I'll go back. Search for Rodriguez, someone. That too. Yes, this was the functionality. We could not, once you expanded the show more button, you could not go back to show less. So this was corrected as well. So you can display few encounters on this visit and expand to as many as they are, and then return to the default of how many you had set them out to be. And that's the ticket I had missed. Otherwise, I have demoed almost all of them.
can you just click on show more again? You just click on show more again.
Okay.
In terms of then show less. Show less. So show more, what more did it show?
It added an encounter. Before they were just displaying 3 encounters. When I clicked show more, it added 1 more encounter. And when I click show less, it's removed that encounter.
So when it adds that other encounter, do these other columns stay just blank, the columns on the left?
They are pushed down. It's only this column that does expand.
Can you click show more again? So I thought each of these bullet points is a row. Are these visits?
Yeah, they're visits.
You said it's a visit. So these are encounters and visits. So when you click show more, does it mean it just shows all the rest of the encounters for this person?
Yes, yes.
In this visit?
Yes.
But if there are 100?
Yes, it displays
all of them. 100?
It displays all of them.
How do you look like if there are like 50?
How will it
look like if there are 50?
It would be a very big column, but that was the original description of how it was supposed to work. I see that can be a problem if there are too many encounters under one. Maybe we can cap them at a limit of 10, 10, 10. Every time you show more, it expands to another limit of 10.
With another show more or show less?
Yes.
I said with another show more or show less?
Yeah, yes, you can either show more or show less.
So if I do show more and we get another 10, and there are 10 more, do I see show more or show less?
Well, right now, the functionality, how it works is that when you click on show more, it displays all the encounters under that visit. It does not cap at any limits. So you'll just see a show less, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay for now.
Okay.
So you are showing us another part.
I think I've gone through all the tickets. Yes, I have demoed all the tickets as they are. Are there any more questions?
By the way, are we recording this?
Yes, it's on record.
In our pool of tickets, we still have some tickets for just new features.
Yes.
In our pool of tickets, we have some tickets for new features.
On the remaining tickets?
Yeah.
No, we didn't have any.
They're all bug fixed tickets.
Yeah, they're all bug fixes.
Are we aware of the new features that we're supposed to add?
Have you ever?
Are we aware of the new features that we're supposed to add?
No. Yeah, I remember we raised that in the last sprint, and you told us to first work on the bugs, then the features will come later. I guess.
Yeah, because okay.
Yeah.
I think Darius raised some issues. Did we take some of them as new features, or did we take all of them as just bugs?
We took everything as a bug, and I have demoed some of those issues we raised. Some of them being able to move an encounter instead of just editing, making it very apparent you're moving it to someone else.
Okay.
He also raised the issue of inline errors, which we've implemented across all the components. So we've taken everything as a bug, not a new feature. We just implemented all the things as bugs. And also the tabular format was also something else he raised, where we opt to see something as in tabs instead of seeing it as a new a button for another thing. Yeah, those are the major changes he did raise in the last sprints.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you think the remaining tickets will be enough to cover up for this sprint, or do you feel like we should add more tickets for this sprint?
I think we should have additional tickets because there is not much remaining. Yeah.
Are you aware of any new features that we ought to be doing?
No, I'm not aware of any new features we need to add to this module. No.
I'll give a chance to anyone else to ask or say something.
Okay, mic check.
Check.
Yeah, maybe I wanted to add on top of that some of the remaining tickets, like the one of unvoiding, we were not able to work on it because of the issue coming from the back end. We had raised that in the last sprint, and we're not able to do the fix in the back end during this 2 week sprint that we had.
Isn't that part of the tickets that you're supposed to be doing?
Yes, it was raised under the web services.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does not make it part of the tickets you're supposed to do?
Yes, it is. I was trying to explain why. I was trying to explain the tasks that we are left with, and then one other issue we noticed as we're working on the errors is that there are some errors which we had to deal with at the front end, which we expected could have been better handled with the back end instead, so that when we come to the front end, we just get a response and display those errors.
So did you create tickets for those?
No, not expected. That I wanted, we decided to discuss in this feedback and find out if that was an intentional way of leaving the errors to come so that you can handle in the front end, or we should go ahead and try to correct them to the back end.
Okay, go ahead and show us.
Well, it's Cecilia's screen showing now, but one of the ones that I worked on was on the names component. When you try to edit a name and then you remove everything when you first go to edit, yeah. So this, yeah, the given name and the family name were described as mandatory, but it was not being handled from the back end. I had to put a condition on this from the front end. I thought that should have been handled as an error.
Let me just point this out. There was a ticket of late that stopped requiring, I think, the given name. I think we require now just one name. Could that be the cause of that?
Oh,
I think I remember.
Yeah.
I remember there's a ticket which was raised to stop requiring both given and family name. I think we currently require only the family name. Could that be the cause of what you're facing?
It could be if that ticket was indeed worked on, then that should be it. So that means that the given name is no longer required.
Yeah, given name should be optional.
Okay.
Okay.
So that requirement, is it like a hard-coded requirement in the client? The one that I see the rate showing up.
Yeah, that's one of the errors that we worked on in this sprint. So we implemented it for this sprint to fill that requirement of mandatory given name and family name.
Does that mean you're doing that requirement from hard coding that rule from the front end instead of the back end?
Yes, this is from the front end, both of them for given name and family name.
I thought the back end takes care of that. Said that your UI does not
exactly
have that.
Yeah, it's what I was trying to bring up, that now such an error we expected it to be handled from the back end, but so that it was coming through.
In other words, let me put it this way. Does the back end allow you to submit without the family name, for instance?
Yes, it does.
Does it allow you to submit without a family name?
Yes, on the standalone I was working on, it could still go through without.
And it saves a person without any name at all.
Yeah, it was doing that.
Are you sure? Can you demonstrate that? I don't think that's possible. Because there's validation on this backend service layer, there's validation also in the DB. So I don't see how you can be able to save a name without a person without a name at all.
Okay, I'll have another look at it, but I thought I'd observed that.
Because that's not possible, regardless of which version you are using. You'll get an error message from the server requiring either the family name or given name depending on the version of the platform that you're running.
Okay, is there any more questions?
I saw deleted false. Did we discuss getting rid of that? I remember we talked about, I think Darius talked about something like that.
Yeah, we removed on encounters. Yeah, they were removed on encounters. Where did you see that? Deleted false?
The screen that you last showed.
The one you last showed. Oh yeah, I see that. That must have been forgotten to be removed.
Okay. So you could also cross-check with the other fields. And I think I saw like 2 REST web services tickets, and I expected one of you guys or 2 or whatever to actually jump on those. But they actually should be included in the sprint. Did you guys see those? And I think one of you is assigned to any of them.
Mic check. Yes, I claimed the ticket. I claimed the issues.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Sorry?
And then what happened?
Yeah, I've started working on it. For example, the one that requires context or gets included. So that's the one I'm working on. I just added it, but I wanted to talk to you on it about it on IRC after the demo call. The small issues I'm having.
Is it listed in the sprint?
No, it's not. The tickets were created out of the sprint, outside the sprint rather.
Tickets created out after the sprint? You mean
outside the sprint?
now?
Like
Yeah, I
it's
think you
not
should add those tickets to the sprint. They are part of the
okay.
sprint.
Okay. Mic check.
Check.
Okay.
Any more issues or questions?
Okay, but I think you did not talk about the harmonization of errors, or probably maybe one of the times my network went off.
Harmonization of?
Of dialog boxes. You know, before now we had different boxes.
I did demo on observations. I did demo that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what is trying to raise in a different way is could we go through this one by one? That way we are sure we're not left out any.
Okay, I redo the, okay, no problem. So we'll start with the.
No, you don't have to do them again,
Okay.
just for the next demo. You
Okay.
just have to go through each one of them.
Okay.
Do you have a ticket for those breadcrumbs, the ones where you have home, etc.?
No, you'll have to create one. We hadn't created one for that.
And do the links actually even work currently? Click back or home, do you get taken to the right place?
If you click on
Those links,
on like back on home.
yes, they even work.
Yeah, they do.
But back doesn't look like clickable.
Yes.
Back doesn't look like it's clickable. As in, there's no indicator that somebody can click it.
It is clickable on the icon. That's when it shows it's clickable.
Okay. So you look at the breadcrumbs for the rest and then try to figure out how to do this. Does the logout button work?
Logouts. Yes, it does.
Try to log in and see if it takes you to the.
I'll have to go back to the entire process.
Secondly, do we have this? We have this app on the homepage.
The homepage of?
We have this app on the homepage. If I want to access this app on the homepage,
Of the
have
app?
it on the homepage. Yes.
No, you have to go to manage apps for you to access it.
Why not on the homepage? Why don't you put it on the homepage?
We've not put it yet on the homepage. We haven't implemented
Why?
that.
You don't have to.
Sorry, mic check.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if you say what you mean by homepage. Is it on the OpenMRS page? Because
this page where you see many buttons, you need to see that you have the cohort builder, add-on manager, system admin. All these are various open web apps. So I was expecting to see your app listed here too, at least for the meantime.
Okay. We'll add that.
Sure.
But we noticed something. We noticed something else. From time to time, our module, our app gets removed from the modules ref app.
So modules ref app.
Yeah.
I think somebody might have been trying to test out the add-on manager. It has features of deleting web apps that are installed. So possibly somebody found it so easy to delete your app, maybe like the name. So, but that's okay. It's not a big deal to add it again. Don't worry.
Okay.
But go ahead and also add the button on the homepage.
Okay.
I know eventually we may decide to put it somewhere else, maybe under configure data or whatever, data management. Most likely it may be under data management, but for now, we could temporarily put it on the homepage so that somebody doesn't have to go through the legacy UI, the manage web apps, open web apps, and then get that link. Just put it on the, just add a button like you see all these other guys have done.
All right.
Hopefully you know how to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Excellent.
Okay, I wanted to ask For
Yes,
us
go
to look
ahead.
at for us to get the right fonts and the right configuration for the breadcrumbs, can we look at the code? Can we use the cohort builder?
You mean copying the code from the cohort builder?
No, not copying, but just looking at what they have already. If what
If
they
what
have
they have,
already is the
if what
standard.
if the standard is what is already in the ref app, if you go to
Okay.
the cohort builder and you find something there which doesn't look like the rest of the ref app,
Okay.
then they got it wrong. So you're free to copy it from the cohort builder, but just ensure that it looks like the rest of the ref app.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. You could also talk to them. You guys have some time to talk and ask other groups in regards to certain things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go ahead and ask them too. Okay, any other question or point of concern?
None from my own side.
How about anybody else? Okay, I just want to thank you guys for the work so far done. I know the code reviews. I know the code reviews might have slowed you down a bit, but it's okay. It's not actually being slowed down. They may have led to you guys not closing many tickets, but that's okay. As long as you're spending time on them, that's perfect. Okay. Um, I wanted to also ask, is there anything that you feel we should change in the way we are running the sprints or in the way the community operates? Or is there anything you feel could be improved upon or doesn't go well, tiresome, boring, anything? We just want to use this time to evaluate the sprints we've done so far and how we can make them better, how we can end up with a great experience for you guys. Yes, anybody want to say something?
Well, I think so far so good. I think for me everything the process is okay.
Do you all feel that way, or does somebody else have something to say?
Personally, I think the from what we suggested in the previous demos, the things that we asked to be improved on, those have already been worked on. So I think now it's going a bit well. Maybe I've noticed in during this demo we have had some bit of hiccups. Not because honestly I wasn't aware about like including our own app onto the homepage. I didn't know where that had even had come up from. So maybe there's something else that I had not checked. I'm trying to figure out which part I missed.
Okay. Anybody else?
The sprint has been okay for me. Yeah, there are things that probably we did not realize, like the breadcrumbs. I didn't realize that they had been implemented because when we began the app, they were not present or I didn't see them. So maybe I'm the one who slacked behind and not checked what is up to date. But we'll definitely pick up on what we're slacking on.
Yeah, and you can just click any buttons of the ref apps and try to see what they already have. They're not web apps, but open web apps, but other stuff, modules, UI. that have breadcrumbs, so you can look at and copy the pattern. The end result, of course, not the actual code behind it.
Okay. Is there a way to update developers on some changes that have been made across all apps that probably they could pick up faster if they saw a notification, if not going through the rest of the apps?
Unfortunately, open web apps is something new, so we don't have many standards yet set. So we could take advantage of this to come up with recommendations, utility classes, guidelines, etc. But we don't have that yet.
Okay.
Okay, for me, I also feel the sprint was a bit slow. Mostly it's because of the reviews. Personally, they pulled me back a lot, but it's good that we are doing them. Right now, we can know better in terms of good code quality, so I like that.
Yeah, don't worry about the reviews leading to less pull requests. That's perfectly fine. I understand, and don't feel like it creates a negative image on you not having done much. It's okay, it's understood, because I see all the comments you guys do on the pull requests as you're reviewing, and understand that consumes time. So that's perfectly okay with me.
Okay.
So is there anything else somebody wants to talk about?
I was curious about the feedback review, the individual, like instead of an email, could there be like a sync? Like you can have a sync with that individual like for 10 minutes or 15 for the feedback. I feel like when you talk, it's easier to be understood than an email, which could be easily misunderstood.
Yeah, you guys feel free to set up any of those. I'm available for any of them. So if you feel like you want to have that instead, you can go ahead and set it up.
Okay.
Mic check.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I was just trying to cross-check the issue I had raised earlier on. Yeah, about the given name and the family name. So it seems it is actually handled the back end. It cannot save an empty name. The only issue was that there was no return message coming back. Yeah, that's why I had to put a message coming from the front end. So yeah, you're right about that. And then you mentioned about a certain discussion that was talking about making only family name mandatory.
Yeah, I think of late there's been a ticket done and committed to require only family name. I'll have to look around, cross-check, and find which committee it was. But from the UI, you should not care about that. You just call the backend, whichever the backend makes mandatory. You shouldn't worry, as long as you report the various errors that comes from the backend. Because even for the family name, if you miss it out, there should be an error that shows up. You should be able to get an error. Just doesn't silently fail. Okay, anybody else? Is there anything that has gone so well that you want us to maintain it in the sprint process or the Primaries community or anything?
Yeah, I think the response time, initially when we started, response time was a bit slow, but now it has improved. So that's I'm talking about responding to issues. You in particular, I like the way you respond to issues and on time too. So one doesn't have a blocker for too long a time. So it's something I still wish it continues.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Anybody else?
Check. So first, I'll talk about the reviews. I think they've been really very helpful. I would like those to continue because personally I've learned a lot. Also, what I've liked a lot is during our stand-ups, I like that blockers are given attention and they're addressed almost immediately after the communication. So that's really good. It means if we have been working on something and face a blocker within that day, it can still be addressed immediately. So I'd like that to keep on going.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else?
Okay, my own is I don't know, just a quick question. The blocker I'm having on the ticket I claimed, I don't know if I can discuss it here or should I wait till after the demo then raise it on IRC?
When you have a blocker, you don't have to wait for Scrum time. You could just try to go on IRC and ping me or anybody else. Somebody else should be able to help you. If you don't get anybody helping you on IRC, you could raise it on the ticket. Alternatively, you can raise it a post on top. So, in other words, if you get blocked, you can get help immediately, several hours before Scrum time. Does it make sense?
I think we've lost him. His internet connection might have gone off. I don't see him on time.
So his connection has also become a blocker.
We raise it in stand up. I'd like a clarification. Daniel.
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So you mentioned that Uche, you want to continue?
No, my network. Okay, don't worry. Continue.
Okay, that's asking about how Daniel had mentioned the other two tickets which were created under the web services and asked that we place them on the sprint. Right. So does that mean that we pulled them onto a same Jira board? And is that
yes? Feel free to put them on the same Jira board. That's right.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Anybody else?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think, are we good on the issue of blockers don't have to wait for Scrum time? Because if you get blocked in the first hour of the morning, you don't have to wait for all those other hours before Scrum. So you can come on IRC. If you don't get help on IRC, you can ask on the ticket, make sure you mention or add some watchers to listen to you, or you can even go on open numerous talk. Sorry, yeah, talk. And then hopefully you get cleared, unblocked, even before Scrum time. So Scrum time, let Scrum time be for things where you raised on IRC, you didn't get help. You put a comment on the ticket, didn't get help. You tried on talk, didn't get help. Then you can reserve that for the IRC because anyway, you didn't get help from other channels. But you don't have to keep blocked for all that long and keep just waiting for Scrum time.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start a new sprint. So I think you use the rest of today to prepare, and then by tomorrow morning, you should be able to post and announce on talk the new sprint, which is going to be dealing with those rest tickets and the bugs. We need to fix those bugs. Do you feel that's enough for the 2 weeks, or should we add some more tickets to that?
I feel we should add some more tickets, which I'm about to ask what direction you're supposed to take on those new features.
Okay. Do you have any other feedback that we can translate into tickets that's considering the other past demos? Do you have any feedback that we can translate into tickets?
For me, I think the breadcrumb will be a ticket, mainly the breadcrumb. Anything else?
Last demo when Darius was with us, I remember him pointing out again that this particular app was meant to be a bit of a compressed view, having a lot of detail shown. And there's actually one of the tickets we were not able to do had to do with revisiting the UI So I don't know if there was any more detail you have on that we can consider while working on that ticket, or we need to get more details from him.
So what you can do, you can create a post on Talk and then give that background like you've just given, and then ask for more details in regards to what you need to understand in forging a way forward.
All right.
You think you can do that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? So let's go ahead, set up a new sprint, ensure that you set up the Jira dashboard. I'll go through the tickets and see if we can add, if we should add more. Make sure you don't forget all those details. And also, before the week ends, can you try to remind yourselves conducting a doodle poll so that I don't have to remind you like I did for this demo? That way you will set yourself driven. Does that sound fine?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Any person with a closing remark or closing comment or question?
Thank you for allowing me to lead the demo. I probably rushed through it. It was my first time. I'll do better next time.
Thank you very much. You've already done a great job. Being your first time and you can do that much. Thank you very much. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Okay, otherwise, thank you guys for the work you've been doing, for organizing this demo, making sure that the links are updated, making sure you notify me, just in case I didn't follow my calendar, and you remind me by sending me like a private email. You know, all those things you guys have been doing to ensure that I attend. Thanks a lot. Keep doing them all the time. Thank you for the great work. And I would love to see more of you on IRSC. You don't have to, IRSC doesn't have to take your time. You can just get logged in and keep doing your other work. In case I want to ping you and ask you something, if you're there, that's even more convenient for me. And also, I would like to encourage you to help out more guys on OpenMRS community. When somebody asks something and you feel you have a response, go ahead. Otherwise, thanks a lot for this, and I look forward to a new exciting sprint starting tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.